Hey guys, what's up? It's Lizzie Jane, and we're back with another podcast this week. I have Moises joining me on the podcast. We got a chance to sit down before he took over the Deadbeats 4th of July Jamboree with Deadbeats, Altered States, D&B and L at the Civic Center Park on 4th of July this year. He has such a vibrant energy that honestly matches his music so much. He hails from San Diego, California. He has total West Coast vibes. He's become very associated with Zeds, Altered States, and Dr. Fresch's House Called Records. He has toured with both of these A-list acts, and he just has released like a huge variety of music from bass-heavy club anthems to his ethereal late-night house genre, and it's really cool to see the community that he's built. He has an awesome freaking Discord like group gang that is really supportive of each other, and we really get into all of it through this conversation. It was so lovely to meet him, so lovely to sit down with him, and I'm hyped for you guys to hear this. So let's just tap in. This is Lizzie Jane, and you're tuning into my podcast with special guest Moises. All right, Moises, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. We are here July 4th. You're about to take the annual Deadbeats July 4th Jamboree by storm in Denver, Colorado. How does it feel to be here?
Honestly, this is like a second home for me. I feel like I'm here so often, and like every time I come, I get so much love. So I enjoy like full-heartedly being here. Like I
love that.
It's great.
Denver's got like vibes.
It does, doesn't it?
It really does. Coming from Florida, where most of us here are like transplants, it was such a refreshing take to come here. And like, obviously I knew it was the quote unquote bass capital and everybody fucks with dubstep here and experimental, like 140 wonky bass. But I also have just been pleasantly surprised to see that there's so many different like subgenres of music that flourish here. Like techno, house, breaks, UKG, like it's super fucking dope. Why would you consider it your second home?
Like I said, I'm here so much. I've been here, I think I want to say like 4 times in the last year.
Ooh, okay.
The last time I was here, I was on tour with Dr. Fresch and Abstract. And
Mission.
Mission. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, she's smart. Hold on.
All right. We got it.
She's doing her research.
Yeah. Got you.
I just, every time I come here, I get so much love. Like I don't know many people besides like, the crew that I run with here, that show me so much hospitality. But every time I show up, people are always like, Moises, what's up? I've been wanting to see you. And I'm like, man, that is so crazy. I love that. Like, thank you. Like, honestly, I'm happy to see you too. I don't know you, but thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. So just like in general, just the love that I get, surprisingly, is just, it makes me feel like I never left anywhere, but like I'm right at home.
There's not a lot of cities that you can say that.
Right. And you tour, right? You go to shows too, so you can feel the same.
Oh, 100%. Fans are like super educated here. They're like, this is the type of place that I feel like you can come as an artist and really like toe the line and push your like sound towards maybe doing something that you wouldn't normally spin in like a more commercialized city.
I agree.
And like try new records. And I feel like it's just super like artistically fulfilling when you can come and you feel like people are tapped into who you are as an individual, what your project's about, especially where we're both still up and coming acts. It's like we've been established with labels, we've done some national touring, but it's not like you're like Zeds Dead coming back and headlining Red Rocks 10 times in a row. And that's how it is in a lot of markets where they know the big guys. They know Zeds Dead, they know John Summit, they know Millennium, and then everybody else underneath it, it's like, how are you going to fight to be unique? But I feel like here, Denver like roots for the undercard.
They really do. I agree with that. I can full-heartedly agree with that one. Yeah. Like they definitely support that up and coming. And it kind of makes you feel in a way like, I don't know, like the early 2000s, 2010s when music was just kind of, dance music in general was starting to kind of evolve. It was more of word of mouth, right? You find this song on SoundCloud and then people are like, yo, you heard of this artist, and then kind of start to grow their fandom. But you get that feeling out here a little bit, it's like those people are really tapped in and trying to find that underground sound. And I also want to give credit to, working with Deadbeats because their fan, like I was telling, my group the other day that, their fan base is so open to so much music, right? That they're open and willing to accept new artists as, part of that world. And it's so beautiful, honestly. Like I don't think I've met any other groups that do that, and they create a family, feeling, like everybody that supports it, they're kind of together. And, you go to New York and then you travel to San Diego and then you meet another person who's into, who's a deadbeat, you guys connect on that, right?
100%.
And it's like, it's the same way for artists as well, which I love.
I think half the artists playing today started as Zeds Dead fans.
Yeah.
So many artists that I've spoken with today and just friends of mine that are playing started by seeing Zeds Dead in clubs and at festivals. And it's crazy to see. They really know how to foster like a culture, and they really know how to develop like an artist kind of like under their wing, and they give them that exposure to like the fan base that they've already established. And it just helps people so much. And as you've seen like Zeds Dead and the two boys like really develop, you've seen Alter States come out of it. And you've seen, now they've got the D&B&L, which they partnered with Brownies and Lemonade. So they have all of these like sub-genres that fill their artistic like heart of what they really fuck with. Exactly. And then they found artists to fit in that. And I just don't know any other artist-led labels that have done that successfully.
I can completely agree. I think that they know who they are as artists, right? And you can see it in their live sets, right? Like, I was just telling my girl the other day, when they create a set, a normal DJ will, they'll put a set, there'll be a breakdown, and then, kind of bring it back up. But for them, it's a story, right? Like they're bringing all these stories together, and they do it in like their film. They put parts of film in their sets, and like, just the way they break it up. But, they take you on a ride, right? Okay. And, when they build these like Altered States and, they're doing the drum and bass thing, they play those styles, right? Like they play the house, they play all this stuff. And I feel like for them, they're giving those people who make the music that they like to play an avenue to flourish. And I think it's beautiful. I honestly, like, I wouldn't want to be with anyone else. And yeah, I just love how much support they give me. They truly make me feel like, I think as artists, and I'm sure you have these moments in your career where you feel like, damn, am I doing this? Is this right? You get that imposter syndrome in a way, right? Mm-hmm. And with that team, man, I mean, actually many teams that I work with, they make me feel this way, but they really, they go out of their way to make me know, like, let me know that I'm doing the right thing. You're killing it, man. Just keep going. This is the reason why we're here to support you, is because we fully believe in you. So just keep going. The boys believe in you. We believe in you. Like, keep pushing it, because you're going to get there. And it makes you really feel like, I could be the next John Summit. I could be, this person. So, and isn't that what it's all about, is having that motivation in life, right? Like someone telling you that you can do it and fully, making you believe that. I mean, that's what it is, right? I think that's with anything you do, it's fully understanding that I'm it, I'm him, I'm that, like, I mean, some people can believe in this, some people don't, but you kind of have to put yourself in that mindset that I'm it. I'm the one. I'm the one. You have to. It's your. What is it? You trick yourself into living into like a. It's
a manifest.
Yeah, it's a manifest. But you also have to that people might call you crazy because you're like, but it's like you have to manifest it. You have to tell yourself that you're
a little bit delusional.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Delusional, right? You have to be delusional. And I mean, only the greats I've seen, they do that. You
have to live it, breathe it, sleep it.
Exactly. It's
your whole environment. Exactly. And also, when you get support and just like statements and accolades and like praise from people who you look up to, man, there's like nothing like it. And it goes so much further than just one phrase of like, yo, I fuck with this record, or hey, we want to sign this, or hey, we want to do this. We're told no so many more times than we're told yes in this industry. So when you get that yes, it's just such a major fucking win. Right? And it's all perspective too. It's like, it's such a mental ball game of like literally, I feel like you're playing that game where you like hit the ball around the rope, and I can't fucking remember what it's called, but then it can come back and just like hit you. And it's all these like ebbs and flows, and it's never going to be a huge diagonal incline of success and momentum. You're going to have those ups and downs. And it's like, how are you going to take the failures? How are you going to shape the wins and just keep on moving? Because it's like, no record is going to change your life. Every single like record is just like a part of the story. Yeah. And what I fuck with where like Deadbeats lies is you have all these things now where it's like you get this artist, they're going to play a drum and bass set, but they've never fucking released drum and bass. Or you have this artist and they're going to play hard techno and they've never released hard techno. Zeds Dead and like the Deadbeats family have found people in those lanes who make that type of music. It's not, can you make this because we only want to fuck with this because we fuck with your brand. They actually put the music first.
Agreed.
Which I love.
I love it too. And it kind of shows you the level of how much they love music. You know, I had dinner with Hooks and their team in San Francisco, and we were talking about like lo-fi, just like, you know, some random, you know, music, but it just like, you know, just kind of as an example, just to kind of show you like these guys just love music. They just love every genre. And, you know, we talked about records and all these things that had nothing to do with EDM. But again, it goes back to like, you know, their sets, you know, they cater it to everything that they enjoy, and they've done it successfully, which is great.
They've done it successfully. And I think that, you know, you are from San Francisco.
San Diego.
Hey,
we close
though.
Close.
Okay. San Diego is beautiful.
It is.
It's very interesting because coming here and being in Denver, I've had quite a few people tell me that they've tried Denver, they've tried San Diego, and they've tried Austin, Texas. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if there's like a correlation between, I've known so many people who have done short-term leases in each three of those cities. And there's like similarities in like the districts and the neighborhoods, but then they're so different at the same time. You're going from mountains to coast. And so tell me like your story for people who are listening who may just be checking out your music for the first time or may not know who you are. Like, just like lay it on us.
Yeah, I got you. So I grew up in San Diego, small city called National City. Not a great neighborhood. I grew up in my grandma's house with my dad. I don't know. I've always been into like sports. I was always kind of doing crafty things when I was younger. I used to draw a lot. Fashion. I've always tried to like, do small things here and there. I look crazy at school. They're like, yo, what is that? Like, what are you wearing right now? But no, I just did me, right? I was always like creative, always tried to do things that just required just me, and, as I got older, found music, which I ended up falling in love with, right? Started kind of diving into that more. It was always on the side, right? Cause like I said, I was an athlete. So I'd, play sports and go home. I would work on music, go to school, wake up, sports, come home, work on music. Until it got to a point where I was like, you know what, like I really love this, right? And kind of goes back to the idea of like, if you do something you love for the rest of your life, you'll never have to work a day, right?
Yeah.
So high school, I'm about to graduate, and my dad's like, well, what are you going to do with your life, right? Like, do you have anything that you want to do? And I'm like, well, I know my dad's a business guy, right? He's like, you can jump into the line of business that I'm doing and we can do this together.
Yeah.
Or, you can do whatever you want. And I was like, well, let me try it out, go to community college, figure it out, right? So I go there, and every time I'm in class, right, I start to feel like this is not what I want to do. I don't want to do this. Yeah. I don't want to do any of this. This is not what
that's me.
Exactly, right? You can probably relate. And it's just like, I don't want to do any of this. So one day I'm in class and like I'm walking to one of my lectures, or I'm in class, and it's like an international business class. And as I'm in class, I'm not even paying attention. Right? In college, you just do your own thing.
Yeah.
So I'm in class and I'm like working on a record, and I walk out and I'm like, dude, do I even remember what happened in that class? I didn't remember what happened, right? I don't know what we were talking about.
Obtaining the knowledge.
Literally none.
Yeah.
I'm like, shout out FAFSA, shout out for the grants, because, But yeah, so I was in class, I left, and then I didn't remember what I learned, right? I was like, what? Like, okay, whatever. So I'm having a passing period. I'm walking down the hall and I look over to my left and I see a flyer that I'm on. It's like me, Mord Fustang. I'm trying to remember who else, but it was a tour. But my name is on the bill, right? On this flyer in the hallways. And right then there, I was like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Why am I here? So I grabbed the flyer. One of my friends was in class. I had the picture on my Facebook somewhere. I'm like, hey, take a picture of me. He's like, all right. Takes a picture of me. And like, this is the day I drop out and I go chase my dream.
Fuck yeah.
Next day, dropped out, I went to art school, signed up for art school, went to art school, didn't look back.
Oh yeah.
Just went straight for it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really a cool thing when you see somebody who's actively chasing their passion, because I think just like the day and age that we live in, it's really easy for like dreams to die.
Easy. So easy.
And it's so easy. And I will always say too, if we worked as hard at what we did on a daily basis, we would be millionaires in a lot of other fucking fields, because it is never ending work, but it doesn't feel like work. So it's different.
Yeah.
And it's hard when you try and tell people who, you know, have chosen the financial endeavor or back end, which like, I think we all love money. Yeah. Like money is not happiness, but it does curate a lifestyle in which you can live comfortably and make sure your family or significant others taken care of. And it's like, that's the goal for everybody. Yeah. You don't want money to be an option. But with that, it's like when you have passion that just drives you, which is so many people that I come in contact with just in all like walks and life forms and entertainment. And you can usually see right through somebody when it's not about the art.
Yeah, when it's not genuine.
When it's not genuine and it's not authentic. Like we live in this age where after COVID, this fourth wall was like super broken down. We were all streaming in like our studio bedrooms and like DJing and you know, doing the live streams, and it's hard to put on that facade and fans not see through it, especially when you're trying to build a community. So like, it's just cool when you see somebody and you see them start to really tick off those boxes that were in like the bucket list and the grand scheme of things I wanted to accomplish. Like, when did that start to switch for you, where you started to see things like really happen for your project, or your sound start to be established, or you start having breakthroughs in like production? Like, are you Ableton gang? Or are you FL Studio gang? Like, what
FL Studio gang.
Oh, that's okay. I fuck with FL. Well, FL's okay. FL's okay.
I'm not a hater. Like, if you're Ableton, whatever works for you, you know what I'm saying? It's funny because I was actually telling somebody, this is actually a great analogy. I don't even know if I'm using the word right analogy, but it's like Hogwarts. It's like choosing a house, you know, like you have all these, you have all of these DAWs.
Yeah.
I always tell people, listen, I'm not going to tell you to use the one I use, but if you're going to choose one, look at what they all do and choose the one that fits for you, you know? So it's like Hogwarts, right? You put the hat on and chooses you, right? Same thing.
Yeah, 100%. Because they all speak the same language. Yeah. They all do the same shit. Just like the workstation is what's different. It's like, it's kind of like saying I'm a visual learner versus I'm a visual learner versus I'm like, I hear something and I can remember it. And like, it's all different types of workflows and just seeing what works for you. I started in Reason. So like I started in like a really visual representation because I come from studios. So like seeing Patch Bay and seeing all that stuff, I looked at Ableton and I was like, what the fuck is this? But now Ableton, I'm like, this is the most efficient way for me to get everything done that I need to get done and save everything how I want it to be saved. And then I open FL and I'm like, this is sick. This is not for me. So everybody has their like cup of tea.
Yeah.
There's some cracked FL producers.
Yeah. Just honorable mentions, Blue Claire.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, FL gang. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. FL Studio. For me, finding the sound, you know, where it kind of started working for me, which is a weird, right? This is going to be a weird story. So I went through like a really bad heartbreak in a way. There's a lot of things that kind of happened where I had to do a lot of self-realization on who I was as a person because I was not the person that I wanted to be in a relationship, right? Yeah. I saw it the way that it treated them, right? And they were nothing but great to me. And it made me really like think about it because I was making music at the time, right?
Yeah.
And I was making a lot of like, just house, just, you know, bumpy, poppy little, you know, bouncers. And I had a moment after, you know, that relationship where I would like kind of be sad, right? Because I'm like, well, I don't want to do that to anyone ever again. I don't want to hurt somebody, right? And I didn't know how to heal from that. Didn't know how I was going to do it. And so, you know, all I know is writing music. So I kind of got into this area where I would feel kind of sad and I would feel like these emotions of what happened. And I didn't know who to speak to or how to talk about it. So I would write songs about it, right? And that's kind of how like my genre with Deadbeats, Late Night House, how it started, right? I would write about these things about heartbreak and how sometimes, you know, we always hear the idea of how a woman is hurting we never hear how a man is hurting or like how a man fucked up. Can I cut?
Oh, go for it.
Right,
You're good.
How a man messed up, we never hear those things. And, I found it as a place for me to write those things. So I started writing more and more songs like that. And sure enough, I sent it to Deadbeats and they're like, yo, we won that. And I'm like, damn it. I'm like, this is great. But how much heartbreak I had to go through in order to write those things,
Sometimes it happens that way, unfortunately.
It does. You're right. You're right. And so I tapped more into that, right? So I found all that stuff healing for me. So Late Night House is that in itself. It's writing about, things that I might have messed up, or maybe the other side of how she feels, or that person feels, and we can all relate to those.
It's all storytelling.
Yeah, we can all relate to those things. I'm sure there is somebody that possibly that was in your life that you guys probably both did something wrong, and it really broke each other.
Takes two to tango.
But you guys, yeah, exactly. You have to know that you did something and they did something. But it takes growth to understand that I messed up. I'm sorry, I messed up. So that was my therapy, is writing those songs. So, and it picked up with Deadbeats, and they felt it too. They're like, we love that, like that. This is what it's about. So, yeah.
It's all about, it's like the emotional back end.
Yeah.
Do you feel like lyrics are driving points in your songs, or do you feel like it's more like leads and like synths, like talking, like call and response kind of deal?
So I love pads. Like, just very luscious, ethereal.
What's your favorite like VSTs?
I mean, everyone loves Serum, right?
Serum's a good one.
A good one.
I like Omnisphere.
Omnisphere is A1. I am very at this very moment. So I trained, obviously VSTs, learning how to control my sound.
Mm-hmm.
But the older I got, kind of went back to my roots. So I used to make hip hop music for a lot of hip hop artists. Yeah,
okay.
I'm sure a lot of people have had that background.
Yeah,
making beats.
Yep.
I was making beats for. There's a rapper. His name is, at the time he went by Royce Rizzy.
Right.
He goes by 24 Hour now.
Sweet.
He's done songs with Arl Grime. I'm trying to think.
Oh, okay.
People. Yeah. His brother's Made in Tokyo. So Uber Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, I linked up with them in San Diego when they first moved here. So they're actually from Japan. Their parents are from the military, and they were in Japan. They moved over here to California, to the Navy base there, or the military base there. So they were looking for artists to work with, other producers. So at the time, I had a friend who worked at like a hype store, and he really liked my beats. And he's like, "Hey, bro, you need to link up with these dudes. These dudes are dope. Like, you need to see what's up." So I'm like,
damn.
So I would send beats to them, and they'd be like, "Yeah, we love this. Like, send us more, send us more, send us more." So I got linked up with them, and then like anything, and I feel like in hip hop, you find something that works, you kind of go that route. They found another producer that worked with them really well, and they ended up blowing up with Uber Everywhere, and taking off. And I wasn't part of the plan, so, but it's okay though. Like I found my way.
Yeah.
Music because of it, right?
100%.
Yeah.
They're all stepping stones.
Right?
There's so many things that it's not that it's like it doesn't come to fruition. It just like wasn't meant for you.
Yeah.
And that's why I also just think that we just have such a skill set that you always have to keep your mind open in like what you're doing, because you never know what opportunity is going to come its way. And I think you have a really unique journey, just as everyone. But I think a lot of artists like idealize exactly what the path is supposed to look like for them, where it goes, okay, I'm going to release these records. I'm going to release on these labels. I'm going to get picked up by a label. I'm going to get their agent that represents the head artist here. Yeah. And we've seen it time and time and time again. And then you kind of become like stuck in this tunnel vision where you're not open to these other opportunities that eventually can get you to the same destination.
Exactly. I think that's something I tell everybody too, especially because I try to push like young artists. I have my Discord channel.
Love Discord.
Yeah,
Discord's a great community right? building. So yeah.
I have my Discord channel, Noisy Gang.
Love it. Yeah, the shirt's hard.
Thank you,
is that merch?
Yeah, so this is one of one right now.
Okay.
Free sale next week. I don't know when this is going to drop, but it'll probably be out by then.
So sick.
Dude, thank you.
I thought that was like some streetwear shit.
No, I designed
that's fucking sick.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It. Yeah. I designed this all myself. I had some inspirations from some jerseys from like the early like 80s, 90s.
Okay.
In soccer.
Yeah.
But I kind of just did my own spin on it.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, back to the Discord. I try to, so I have a lot of artists in there. There's a lot of artists and they're not on labels or anything yet, but it's important to me to stay grounded in the sense that I was there where they're at, and all anyone ever needs is just someone to say that you could do it, who they look up to. And
everyone's been there at one point,
right?
Everyone.
I give so many people an opportunity to learn from me, because listen, like in this industry, a lot of people feel like they're not able to give like a lane because they want to take it all for themselves.
Yep.
But I feel like they're hurting themselves at the end, you know?
Everybody can win. And you know, I think everyone's gone through phases of like jealousy. Why not me?
Yeah.
Everything from the imposter syndrome to I don't deserve this to be happening to me to what the actual fuck am I doing wrong? And in that, I've definitely in the last like 2 to 3 years been able to just see like everybody can win, and you just thinking that there's no room for anybody but yourself is only going to hurt you.
Right?
It is only going to hurt you.
I agree. And it's an unfortunate thing sometimes because we get greedy.
It is a thing.
Things.
Yep.
And it's so sad to see. And like, I'll give you an example of like, just, I don't know, trying to push. I have this artist, shout out Reese Rose. My guy, his name's Reese Rose. It's by Jamie. LA kid, went to Icon, you know, really hard worker, super hard worker, right? But, you know, there's those things that, you know, he could work on, like, you know, marketing and learning how to put stuff out there, right? And, you know, I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I know a little thing or two on how to, you know, kind of put your brand a little bit, right? He's a wizard at making music, right? And there's so many people.
How usually is.
You know, so many people are good at making music, but they don't know how to put themselves out there. But I don't mind giving him that, you know, that sauce so that he can learn to do his thing, right? Now, I mean, when we first started, when I was first with him, you know, he was in my Discord channel. And I make myself available all the time. I'm in my study room. It's called a study room. We have many channels, but it's called a study room. And I'm in there working. The reason for the study room is this. The rules are simple. The study room is a place just like a library. You go in there and you work, right? You don't have to talk, right? You don't have to talk. You don't have to say anything, but you can be in the room with other people who are doing the same thing you are, right? So then let's say I want to take a break for a little bit and we're all working and I'm taking a break and I notice, okay, 2 hours passed by. All right, I'm going to take a break. Unmute my mic. All right, I'm going to take a little break. All right, yeah, me too. What are you working on? Let's see it. All right, bet. Show them. Okay, cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Right? So I just found it as a way to like learn from others, because at the end of the day, I'm a student of the game. There are people that are not doing the things I'm doing, but yet they have these keys that I still don't have, you know? And
everyone has. I did a podcast. I just did a podcast with Ghost Real Life, and she's great, but she's been on podcasts remotely before. And I remember we talked about this record that really broke her into the drum and bass space. And she had collabed with Slippy on it, and Slippy is a fucking wizard. He's just a wizard. He's released on almost every label under the sun. Tons of different multi-genre facet stuff. He's done tons of behind the scenes work. But she said that, you know, there were a lot of people who like really questioned her because it's kind of like, holy fuck, you're coming out of the bat and this record's strong. Yeah. Like this record's strong, like head turner record. And normally you get questioned in like kind of situations like that, but she put it in a way that I love. And it's why I wish that electronic dance music had a more open collaborative space, welcoming along up and coming acts. Because once you get to the big guys, I mean, Nightmare, Slander, TS, it doesn't matter who you are. You got a team working on stuff for you. And that's just a matter of fact. And it's very accepted as long as you're credited correctly and you're compensated correctly and everybody walks away happy. But she said in this situation, it's just kind of like, I painted a picture that had like blues and yellows, but it needed purple, and he had purple.
He had purple.
And I fucked with that so heavy because I'm like, you can't be good at everything. If you try and be good at everything, you're good at nothing. Like it's a hard thing, and we do so much and we're so good at so much and we can get by, but to reach to that like excellence factor, you have to be willing to say, I could be better here. And we all have our strong points. I suck at sound design. I suck ass at sound design. Like it's terrible. But when it comes
to fair though, everyone would probably say the same thing.
It's so bad.
That sounds like I suck at this.
Yeah, I suck at it. But like, I love composition and I love songwriting, and like mixing is like my strong point. Like I know where I can bring value to a project. Yeah. But there's other places where I'm like, I want to work with you because you're good at this.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll always be able to learn. Like, we're always going to be students. And I think that's what's so unique about what we do is like, most careers, you learn a skill set, you get your degree, you have continued education, you have on the job training. With us, shit can change every 2 to 3 months.
You literally
change
straight up
everything from the algorithms that you should be following on social media to the newest plugin that's creating all of this AI shit that's making your job a bit more efficient. Like, you have to be on top of it and be open and adaptive. And that's it.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
It's this whole thing. It's like this balancing act.
You're not wrong. And I think it's important. And I hope one day artists start to understand that more, is that, like, you know, we work together. It all, you know, like you said, you know, finding that color that you need, you know, and just to kind of go back, like I said, like with my, you know, some of the guys in my Discord, you know, we have Reese Rose, who started from nothing and now he's, you know, on Night Bass, you know, same thing with another artist, dubstep artist, right? We welcome everybody. Dubstep artist, his name is Josh, goes by Dissenter. Same thing, started in his bedroom. Now he's in the studio with Hydraulics and Eliminate and,
is that awesome?
Crazy, right? And it's just because we have that area where we can all work and support each other. And, you know, if someone's doing something, maybe I don't know a lot about dubstep, right? But I know, you know, what it's like to, you know, mingle with people. Like, hey, I know that you've never met this person, but show up to that show and go support them. Like, go, man. Like, you know, maybe this isn't the thing that, maybe this remix didn't work out for you, but, you know, maybe you should try doing this, or, you know, just little things here and there. You know, I think at the end of the day, you know, it's a business in a way, right? Like,
it is.
there's ways that we can all make it happen. You know, just got to know how to do it.
Yeah.
No matter what genre you're in. You know, at the end of the day, you're creating a brand. And
you so are.
I just want to, you know, if it's not me, then I would still love if it was someone on the team, you know, on the Noisy Gang team. Like, that's a win for all of us, right? This guy was here. We all supported him. Now we're all going to the show. You know, he's here. He's doing this. Now we're all going to the show. You know, Noise is doing this. He's over here. We're all going to the show. You know, it's just like family in a way, you know, and we all can feel the hard work. We all know how hard we worked for it. When we were in that Discord for 5 hours, working on this one sound, bro, I don't know how to get this kick drum is just not going through. I don't know what's going on. Oh, let's try this, bro. Like, I do this in dubstep. Maybe you try it. You know,
I love that.
You know, it's you gotta be a student. Gotta be a student.
You have to.
Gotta be a student.
You have to. That's a great fucking idea.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, that's a great idea. Yeah, that's
Easy Jane gang.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Because I have a Patreon, but it's more, we do like group lessons and stuff, and that's some informal tidbits. I went to Patreon during COVID. Yeah, it's cool.
I'm about to start doing that.
Patreon's sick, but it's different than the open community. Yeah, it is. It is like that's very cool. I feel like the one thing that I think gets ignored in this time of like crazy social media and how we can be viral and how we can pop the fuck off is like actually building a real community.
I agree.
Because that's what make the greats is the community. Deadbeats community.
Literally look at the
Rizz's community. Yeah. Pretty Lights community. Like, it's the community. It's not the number of followers or the this or that. It's everybody feeling super safe in a space.
Connected. Mm-hmm. Connected. That's the biggest thing is connection.
Yep. You know? So. It's so big. It's so big. Yeah. All right. So what is some stuff that we can look forward to in the future?
Oh, man.
Give us some hints. Like, tell us about some stuff you're working on. I know merch line coming soon.
Yeah.
Pre-sale?
Pre-sale. Hey, merch line coming soon.
Yeah.
Yes. So I do a lot of exclusive stuff. Not one of ones, but you know, I do like a certain amount.
It's a way to do it.
Limited. Yeah. I like doing the limited stuff. You know, these things that I create, they take a lot of effort, you know, they're not easy to make. But I want people to like feel the exclusivity of it. I want them to feel like, you know, I got something that's, you know, timeless. You know, you get kind of going, I know we talk about Deadbeats a lot, but like kind of going back to them, they have these seasons of things that they do.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, where'd you get that? God, I missed that drop.
I missed it.
Yeah. So it's
you want that.
Yeah. So merch line coming, obviously more music. I've been working a lot with, you know, bigger artists, like I said, just learning from them. More things with Deadbeats, Altered States, more shows. I've been working a lot with the house call team, so Dr. Fresch.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Working a lot with that team, and just kind of staying connected. I have a release coming out this month. When does this come out?
You know,
we don't know yet.
That's a great question.
Okay,
but I think you can say it.
Okay,
it will come
this
out.
Month?
Yeah. You should say the label it's on, and you should say the song.
Okay, cool.
I'll take it out.
I got you.
Okay.
All right. So this month I have another record coming out with Reese Rose that I was talking about, and it's on Boombox Cartel's label, Monta.
Sick.
So we're putting that out. It's called Boss. Everyone stream it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a vibe type shit.
I love it. Okay, cool.
Just trying to give him his ins. I know how much he works. I know how hard he is at his craft, and I just want to be there for it and push him. So we're doing a record together, and like I said, just more music, more stuff, more shows. Hopefully, we're gonna throw our own things. I like doing pop-ups.
Yeah.
It might be something that we're doing in the future.
Pop-ups are the vibe.
They're a vibe,
if you can get a cool curated spot, partner with like a clothing brand or partner with like a local business. Pop-ups are the vibe.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we did one. So I did a release on Insomniac on In Rotation.
Nice.
And we did something similar to that. I teamed up with a clothing brand, or I'm sorry, like a hype store.
Mm-hmm.
And we closed the whole thing down and just had a whole release party there. It was super sick. So I love doing things like that. So just a lot of projects coming up, man, and trying to work with, up and comers, people who are paving the way for the new sound.
Shout out a few, if you can shout out a few. So go for it.
All right. I mean, dang, let's see. Shout out Keone. Shout out my boy Reese Rose. Shout out Dissenter. Let's see. Who else we got? So many artists.
I know. It's hard. I feel like you have a little community, so I just wanted you to shout out.
Honestly, just shout out to the Noisy Gang, man. Honestly, you guys are so cool, and thank you for pushing me and making me the artist that I am today. Because like we talked about, we all possess different keys, and y'all are just giving me keys to unlock myself, and I hope that I'm giving y'all keys to unlock yourselves. So that's it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's leave it at that. Thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate it. You're about to go smash it. I'm excited to see your set.
Yeah, I hope to see you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See ya.